Welcome to Sylvan Lake, the Sylvan Lake Gulls!
Without further delay, Gulls baseball fan, let's welcome the first ever coach in our history, Jason Chatwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Sylvan Lake Gulls!
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to another game of Gulls baseball brought to you by FloCollege and visit sylvanlake.ca. We're glad to have you tuning in on your Wednesday night as the Sylvan Lake Gulls will play the road team here at Gulls Field against the Energy City Cactus Rats. This will be the second of the three meetings between these two teams this week and the second last game against the Energy City Cactus Rats until potentially postseason baseball. You got Jim Claggett. I am Kale Clark. Glad to have you tuning along as always. And yes, the Sylvan Lake Gulls always have their hands full when Energy City is in town, but last night they handled Energy City Cactus Rats quite well with a nice, comfortable 6-1 win. One of the more comfortable wins we've seen this season against these two teams.
And it was a well-balanced win. 7 stolen bases. Hunter Jones giving up 3 hits through 6 innings, struck out 8. Yukamoto and Brooks Bachman and Ante Gilbert each with 2 hits. Gilbert and Yukamoto each with 2 RBIs. And the aggressive base running continued, as I mentioned, 7 stolen bases. So it's been fun to watch, and we'll see what Kai Rempel has for us tonight on the mound.
Absolutely. Only 6 games remain for the Sylvan Lake Gulls in the regular season. 5 of those 6 will be here at Gulls Field, as they will take on Energy City, as I mentioned, one more time on Saturday. But before that, they get a little bit of a break with the Lethbridge Bulls, which, as a break, it's probably not the easiest break to ever see, as the Lethbridge Bulls and the Sylvan Lake Gulls right there, nip and tuck in the Western Division standings. As you take a look at those standings, and yes, the Sylvan Lake Gulls and Lethbridge are tied for second, 3 games back from the Okotoks Dogs, and then Energy City Cactus Rats just half a game up on the Fort McMurray Giants for that final playoff spot, and then Brooks Bombers slowly trailing away. However, for the Energy City Cactus Rats, they got some big games coming up themselves. They got a doubleheader down in Okotoks tomorrow, and then they also got a focus on Brooks a couple games, and then Fort McMurray to finish out the regular season. So it's not going to be easy for the Energy City Cactus Rats, and they're going to be playing tonight extra hard, as you know, they're playing for something right now.
They are playing for something, and they are a scrappy team, and they do know they got Archer Blumenshine on the mound tonight. He knows how to take care of this Sylvan Lake team. He's been hard to hit, so we'll see what happens. That's why they play the games, right?
And yeah, there he is there, Archer Blumenshine, heading to the mound as we take a look at what he has kind of done so far this season. This will be his 4th start, 18th game of action this summer. He's got 31 strikeouts, a 2-3 win record, and he's given up only 31 runs, 26 of them which were earned, as he's going to look to shut the door on this Sylvan Lake Gulls team. But the door that is going to be hard to shut is this lineup right here. Tai Yukamoto starting things off out at shortstop, Matty Fung, Jaden Flores, and then DH tonight, Anthony Gilbert getting a night off defensively from third, and Trip Ray over at catcher, as we see Rowan O'Connor step into second base. Bryce Turner will play first base, Bryce Hampton in left field, and Kyle Lewis at center field. Notable mention in this lineup that you won't see is the veteran Cleary Simpson, and I had a chat with Cleary ahead of this game, and he said he's feeling good, but he said he's got to go talk to Rob Manka to see what he thinks, and maybe that had something to do with why you might not see Cleary in this game tonight. They're going to try to slowly get him, I think, into the lineup. He's played quite a bit lately, so they're just going to give him a night off with coming back from injury.
He's still rehabbing, I guess, in some respects. And I did see him over at Rob's table, just down by the bullpen there, and they were having a little chat. Yep. So, yeah, all's good.
Well, and he said it's not necessarily that it's his injury. He said it's all the other muscles in his body that are taking a toll, because he hasn't played in a long time. So he said, my hammies are getting tight. You know, things are getting tight, and so he's just going to talk to Rob and make sure everything's good. And I'm thinking they as a team they decided, Maybe a night off wouldn't be a bad idea for you, Mr. Simpson.
He's funny. He was telling me, I said, so have you always worn the shin guard? He goes, well, he says, seems like every year something gets hurt. And he says, I started with an elbow pad and then something on my foot, and then now I got on the shin. And that's okay. Here we go.
The perks of getting old, if you can even claim him being old, because he's not
in
that
his
old.
20s.
Yeah, he's still quite young. Young, early 20s.
I got socks older than you, Cleary.
Yeah.
So Tai Yukamoto will lead things off. The Gulls, as my partner mentioned, are the visiting team tonight. And the first pitch goes in for a strike on Yukamoto from Archer Blumenshine, who pitched almost 7 innings last time these two teams met back on July 26th. That's got to be wrong, but no, I've got it written right here that they played on the 26th.
As weird as that sounds, it sounds like that's correct, because I was saying to you off the air before we got on the broadcast here that Blumenshine was just pitching against this team.
He did.
So.
And he did quite well.
Yeah.
I got to check my other stats here. What did the Gulls do that day? Let's see. They had a big inning. Oh, this was the one where they had no hits until the 7th inning.
Oh,
and
great.
then scored 4 runs in the 7th.
And that big reason being this guy on the mound.
Exactly.
Blumenshine, because they just couldn't find. You know what they couldn't hit is it was his slider.
They had a walk, and then they had 4 runs and 3 hits on the in the 7th inning. That was the 5-3 win.
Yeah, he froze them up a lot that night. I do remember that.
Yep. So they will have their work cut out against Mr. Blumenshine. 1-1 to count on Matty Fung, whose dad is in the house tonight.
Yeah, Mr. Fung is in the house.
And a 1-hopper over to second base. Abercrombie is taking care of the first 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning. I got to remember, Gulls are the visiting team. There's the play right over there to Zach Barneo. And 2 out on 5 pitches by Archer Blumenshine.
Let's take a look at that defense. Sorry to cut you off. As just before we get to the third out, Colton Perez out in left field, Elias Campbell at center, Seiji Umezawa over at right field, Timo Ursina, Ten Shindo, Drew Abercrombie, and Zach Barneo are from your left to the right from third to first, and this is popped straight up to the shortstop, as I mentioned. Ten Shindo, as he settles underneath of it, makes the catch, and a good start for Energy City. 3 up, 3 down inning. No hits on the night so far for Sylvan Lake, and the Energy City Cactus Rats will come to bat at the bottom half of this first inning. We'll be back.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
There's your starting pitcher for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, the Calgary kid, Kai Rempel from Cloud County Community College. As Kai, he's no stranger to the Energy City Cactus Rats either, I'm sure. This will be his 4th start on the season. He's got 17 Ks. He's got a 1-0 win record, and he's only given up 23 hits, 12 earned runs. Jim, this is the lineup he's going to face. Seiji Umezawa playing right field, Ten Shindo at short, and Drew Abercrombie over at second. They got Timo Aracena, Richiro Uno, Zach Barneo, Colton Perez, Elias Campbell, and Reese Rudderman, the catcher, rounding out the batting order.
And that's a good batting order that he is going to face. Mr. Rempel excited to be on the mound. Now, again, I have to remember his words about the innings that he is limited to. So we might see only 2 or 3 innings from Kai Rempel.
Yep.
But he's going to give it his best. As he starts off with Umezawa with a 2-0 count now.
And I also got a little bit of an insider information on the pitching staff tonight for Energy City as well. As this is popped out to center field.
Kyle Lewis casually snags that for the first out.
So with Blumenshine pitching tonight, they have a doubleheader, as I mentioned, tomorrow in Okotoks, and then they got a doubleheader on Sunday in Fort Mac. So with these doubleheaders, talking to coaching staff, I was like, so are you going to stretch out a pitcher as long as possible, or are you going to, and I got notice that they're going to just keep, all the pitchers, they're going to give short pitches to everybody kind of thing. They're going to spread it out.
Okay, yeah, do the Okotoks dog thing. Everybody gets 5 pitches.
Yeah, basically, in a way. I mean, I'm sure they'll give Blumenshine the majority of the innings, but then after that, they'll probably kind of go down to, just kind of stretching out arms and saving arms, obviously, as well, right?
2-0 the count here on Ten Shindo. Bottom of the first inning, just underway here at Gulls Field at Pagato Park. And high and tight there. The count 3-0 now. Levi Wagner, the home plate umpire tonight. Clayton Wandler over at first and down the third base line. Somebody we haven't seen, at least I don't recall. Ethan Mays is the umpire down third base. And Shindo taking all the way on that. And Rempel fires a strike. 3-1 now. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see just how they play things with Kai Rempel here. And that is just over the head of a very tall Rowan O'Connor. And that's a base hit for Ten Shindo as he starts things off for the Cactus Rats here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Drew Abercrombie.
Great start for the Japan kid from Shizuoka. Ten Shindo got to talk to him before the game and got to meet him a little bit. And he comes over, saw the lineup, and you just saw a little fist bump in the air. And then I say to him, I'm like, when aren't you on the lineup? Every time we play, you're in there.
You're always playing.
And then he kind of, I was like, what? And then he kind of chuckled and smiled. So
yeah, I'm sure he understood.
Yeah,
I'm always in the lineup. Throw over to first to keep Shindo a little tighter.
3 players representing Japan in the roster tonight for the Energy City Cactus Rats.
Okay.
In the lineup.
That misses outside for a ball.
Had a good chat with Drew Abercrombie as well, who is in the batter's box right now. Ahead of this game, he asked what we put in our coffee. He must enjoy it a lot.
Do we put anything in that?
I don't know. Not that I know of.
What does he mean by that?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he meant that it was. I think he meant it was a good thing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because he was enjoying it.
Okay. It wasn't spiked or anything.
I joked with him that there was something in there, but
Irish cream.
Yeah, some Irish cream. But I said there might be a triple of Irish cream. He's like, well, I'm a quad guy myself. we chuckled. Yeah, we had a good laugh.
2-1 now. The count on Abercrombie.
I'm like, well, whatever's in your coffee lately is working because you're playing pretty good lately as for the Cactus Rats over at second. And, of course, he's like, thank you very much. Humble guy.
Yeah, most of them are. They're very polite young men from the teams that we get to talk to them every so often.
100%. Good personalities.
And a throw down to second. And I think they...
Oh, wow.
That was pretty close.
That was very close. In fact, he almost might have tagged him on the way down when he came down from going up for that ball. But the delayed throw is what, Trip Ray might have had him there. And right there on the tag on the helmet, I thought he got him the first time. And then how about...
Oh, I see he went on the outside of the bag.
I think that was just a heck of a play by Ten Shindo to dodge that tag.
I think you're right. Oh, and a walk given up there by Abercrombie. So a single, a stolen base, and a walk. Now the Cactus Rats have 2 men on. with one out, and Timo Aracena, the third baseman, steps in. And you said his dad played Major League Baseball.
Pro ball.
Oh, pro ball.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. According to coaching staff, his dad played pro ball, and they believe that he played in Everett. And I'm just gonna log on here and double check my facts, make sure to try to see if I can find exactly where his dad played, and if his dad's watching. Hello, Mr. Aracena. Great to have you joining us on the broadcast.
Well, that's very nice.
And we appreciate everybody that watches the broadcast. Energy City Cactus Rat fans, obviously, with not really having a home field this year yet. It's coming. We're waiting for you. We hope it comes through for you guys. But great to have you tuning along as well, and been supportive of WCBL action all year long, as this is grounded right to second baseman. Rowan O'Connor making the play.
That's the second out of the inning, with runners now moving up another 90 feet over at second and third, and the designated hitter, Ryuichiro Uno.
Designated hitter number 7, Ryuichiro Uno.
Kai Rempel on the mound, the kid from Calgary who wants my job.
I mean,
I
so
keep
does
bugging him about that.
So does the guy that wears number 23 in that bullpen as well, Cameron Diaz. I think he wants my job.
Well, Cameron Diaz has gone back home now.
Yeah, is that right?
Yep, I
Okay.
talked to him last night,
I didn't even get to say goodbye to him.
and he said, yeah, and Tai Yukamoto slides over to his right and makes the play. So the single and the walk and the stolen base go for naught as the Cactus Rats are retired. No runs on just the one hit. We are headed to the second inning with the Gulls and Cactus Rats.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus 2 weekly shows including the WCBL Report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday, and also the WCBL Game of the Week pregame show leading right up to game time every Thursday night. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Josh Ross, Kelsey Kulik and more. You can find him online. There's a link at sylvanlakegulls.com.
Another inning for Archer Blumenshine, as he'll face Anthony Gilbert, the DH tonight, Trip Ray, and then Rowan O'Connor. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Gulls lineup. The visiting team tonight. And Gilbert skies this into foul territory. Reese Ruderman slides over, makes the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, Blumenshine is just picking up from where he left off just literally games ago against the Sylvan Lake Gulls team.
4 days.
And, he's just not making it easy on this Gulls batting. As, they can't seem to get any wood on the ball. It's either they're popping them up or they're grounding them out. No in between.
I mean, it's still early, but
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, that's what he did to them on the 26th,
Yeah.
where he kept them off the bases for almost 7 full innings. 6 and a bit.
Yeah.
And then they got to him.
4
Simon
days
Baker
ago.
with a couple of hits or a couple of RBIs off of him, and then Tai Yukamoto got a couple of RBIs, so that 4-run 7th, that's what did them in, and then they added one more for a 5-2 win that night with only 3 hits. And 2-1 the count on Trip Ray. One of 2 catchers. There are 3 on the roster. Cam McLeod is still a little dinged up. And it's Junior Garcia and Trip Ray for the rest of the wave, it seems. But
yeah, and I actually got to chat with Cam McLeod ahead of tonight's game, and I was just asking. He said it's feeling better. He said.
Yeah.
I said a little tender. He's like maybe a little bit. I mean, he's probably still quite tender. He might just be trying to act like it's not as tender as it might be. But no, he got it right on the worst spot. You could pretty much get it on the wrist. I mean, not a lot of coverage there. Not a lot of meat in between you and the muscle or bone, right? So it's
right there.
and
Yeah.
it's still quite swollen. You can kind of see it a little bit. So
I could see a little bit of a discoloration from the bruise still on his wrist there.
Yeah.
So he kind of, well, I might get in there.
yeah. Well, he said he's got to go back to university on August 8th, but he leaves on the 4th, I believe, is what he said. So he said he was planning on hoping to get one game in before he takes off.
Well, Trip Ray takes a walk down to first.
The second baseman.
The first base runner for the Gulls tonight. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Rowan O'Connor. And he sends this to the right of Ten Shindo, who stretches out, makes the grab, and retires the Gulls' second baseman with a nice play over at short.
Yeah, gorgeous play by Shindo. Athletic play, dives and stretches all the way out for it. And he makes a good catch, gets some congratulations from his teammates, gives him a nod, and right back to business.
That'll bring up Bryce Turner, who's playing first base tonight for Sylvan Lake. That misses outside. Giving back to Cam Diaz. Talking to him last night because we had a young man, Thomas Hill, pitched last night wearing number 23.
Yep.
So I asked Cam, I said, so the young man from Calgary pitched pretty good. Is that because he was wearing your number? And he said, of course it was.
Yeah, and you called? That's what he was going to say.
Yeah, I know. We know Cam Diaz. Pop up to the second baseman, Abercrombie. And 16 pitches over 2 innings for Archer Blumenshine, and he hasn't given up a run yet. We are through 1.5. Cactus Rats coming to bat.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field, the friend next door with your family in the next town, the dealership with the ice cream shop. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
Now we're back. I'm talking to myself. We are back here in the bottom of the second inning. Kai Rempel on the mound for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. We are scoreless after 1.5. Zach Barneo, the first baseman, will lead things off for the Energy City Cactus Rats. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Colton Perez, the left fielder, is on deck. And the center fielder, Elias Campbell, is the number 3 hitter scheduled for this inning.
Another beautiful night for baseball here in Central Alberta.
Oh, yeah.
2 in a row.
2 in a row. We're getting spoiled.
What's going on here?
I know.
There's a glitch in the system.
Guy could get used to this.
We sure haven't had a lot of it.
Foul tip there. Rempel is up 0-2.
And We're not the only baseball going on tonight either, as we look in the distance, and slow pitch diamonds are in full use right now.
They always are, it seems.
I love it.
Yeah.
Beer league night, Wednesdays.
Is that what it is?
I would think so.
Probably.
Yeah. Slow pitch beer league night, Wednesday nights. Why not? Look at that beautiful shot there. Thanks, Martin and the crew. That is a great shot of,
Things happening here at Pagato Park.
I'm not
that's
watching,
for sure.
I'm playing, yeah.
Oh, a nice pitch there by Kai Rempel, but that misses down low. Evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, if the Gulls weren't a job of mine, I probably would be playing in some kind of league.
And that is out to right field, and whoops, that is a bit of a miscalculation by Bryce Hampton as he took a few steps in on that ball. That should have been an easy out, and Hampton just misplayed that completely.
Well, yeah, the ball. Watch how the ball kind of cuts across the field here. It's going, and then he just races over, I don't think you realize that ball, the way that Barneo cut underneath that ball, it's like he put a spin on it. You know, it's like in golf, if you fade a ball and how it just curves, the more it's in the air. That's kind of what happened to that baseball in the air. It just kept curving, and it was hard for Hampton to judge. So they're giving him a base hit on that. You almost wonder if that's an error, but it was a well hit ball.
Yeah, but I think it could have been an easy out, is the way I look at it. But that one's an easy one, as you hit it to Tai Yukamoto, and he usually comes up with it and makes the play. So he does there on Colton Perez for the first out. I mean, these guys, we're so used to seeing them make outstanding plays when they do something that on a casual play, I guess, and we're kind of like, whoa, something must have happened there. So, and I found something out last night. Remember a fly ball to left field, and Tai Yukamoto had to go all the way out into left field and make that catch?
Because Brock Tiarina slipped,
Yeah, and I asked Brock, I said, you blow a tire there? And he says, yeah. He says, I just slipped. He says, but I couldn't see the ball either. He says, it gets at night, and it gets up in the lights, and just as it goes above the lights, you lose it.
Yep.
And he said, it's hard to see.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mentioned that. My dad asked the exact same question last night before the game. He asked, he said, I guess it makes sense the way they designed this field, that the field is pointing to the southwest so that the sun doesn't really come into factor of being in the guy's eyes as much. And I said, yeah, but it still gets in their eyes. And then I said, and then another thing is at nighttime, the lights get in their eyes as well. As soon as the sun goes down and it gets dark and the lights are on, sometimes the guys lose the ball in the lights. And he said, yeah, I suppose.
1-1 to count on Elias Campbell. And the pitchers also have told me, and I think Kai Rempel was up here one day, and he talked about the signals, and he says sometimes it's hard to see at night because it gets a little dusky and the lights aren't quite on yet. He says, that's interesting. And then batters can't pick up spin. And Rowan O'Connor calls off Bryce Turner over at first to make the catch for the second out.
Yeah, good play here by Rowan O'Connor. He had to really hustle underneath this ball to get there in time. Makes a good catch. And you know what, too? I think what also isn't helping these guys' the situation out in right field is the wind is coming from the south to the north and heading a little west. So it's probably drifting that ball even more so to that right side of the field. And maybe that also had an impact on Hampton's misplay in right field.
The wind can do funny things if it swirls around a little bit.
I mean, it's not a heavy wind, but
no,
it can still control it a little bit. I think the main thing for Hampton with Barneo's hit was a mixture of a lot of spin on that baseball and then also the wind helping a bit.
This is the catcher, Reese Ruderman, with 2 down and a runner over at second in Barneo. And Kai Rempel paints that outside corner with an off-speed pitch. 0-2 the count on Ruderman. And at the top of the order, Saiji Omazada is on deck. And he might get a chance as O'Connor stops that from going deeper into right field, but it's a base hit for Ruderman. And that moves Zach Barneo over to the third. So a good play by O'Connor, but just kind of lost the handle on it in his feet, and that was that. Speaking of feet, you got a story with regards to one of the coaches on the Cactus Rats that you mentioned last night, and now you got the details.
Yeah, I sure do.
And boy, are they big details.
They're very big details.
You can save it for the next inning if you want.
Yeah, I was kind of going to maybe
Let's tease it.
I was going to wait until, we see a meeting on the mound, per se. So we'll talk about it when we see a meeting on the mound, or maybe even next inning. We'll see, yeah.
We have a cliffhanger
We
now.
got a cliffhanger for you, yeah, a little teaser. But, like a big stride from Rowan O'Connor there, as, he can cover a lot of ground quickly, and that was a good stop. If that goes in the outfield, Cactus Rats probably scoring a run.
Oh, easily, yeah. So 1-1 the count here. And that, I'm going to call it a curve or a sweeper, but it starts out towards the batter and comes in across the plate on the inside corner, and it's working well for Rempel. 1-2 the count now. And Umezawa fouls this back out of play. And that right away gets kids running for the parking lot to go and grab that ball.
We also got another really cool story coming your way just a little bit later on about something that we received today, as Sylvan Lake Gulls did, as this popped up right to Bryce Turner.
There you go.
Makes the catch. So stay tuned, folks. We got lots more baseball action coming your way. Still scoreless between the Gulls and the Cactus Rats. We're coming to the top of the third. You're watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege.
Well, the berm isn't exactly jam-packed as it might be for a Gulls home game.
That just means more room for these guys to have fun. Look at those kids. They're loving it, rolling down.
They got plenty of room to roll now.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about hitting anybody. It's great.
Let it roll.
Let it roll. Or let this game roll as well, as the week just continues to go on, and there's the other berm as well, as we get a good shot of that foul ball. And yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's summer baseball in Central Alberta.
Still a good crowd. I mean, decent.
Not bad. I mean, again, this isn't a Gulls home game, right? So this is an Energy City home game tonight, and we get some fans from Energy City that have made the trip down and have taken in some games.
Oh, yeah. Why not, right? It's, what, an hour and a bit?
Yeah, well, I guess we would be their closest stadium to home for them.
Yeah, it would be.
In the WCBL, so this is as home as it gets right now.
We're home for the wayward. 2-1 the count here on Bryce Hampton, the right fielder, who had a little adventure in the last inning, but it didn't cause any damage. And a leadoff walk to Bryce Hampton as the Gulls still without a base hit here in the third inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, Kyle Lewis. So, yeah, I was mentioning, I think, Cam Diaz. And I talked to him. He said, he says, I'm going home tomorrow, which was last night. And he says, I got to get back to my college team and start my rehab. So he says, the sooner I get back there, the better. He says, I'd like to stay around here, but no can do. He says, I sure hope I can come back next year.
Nice.
And I think we hope he can come back next year because he's quite the personality, but he's quite the ball player too.
Yeah, he is. And honestly, I think next year too would technically be his last year of eligibility, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Called strike there on Kyle Lewis. 1-1 with Bryce Hampton, a leadoff walk over at first.
Lewis went 1 for 4 at the plate yesterday. He crossed the plate once himself as well with a run.
Yeah, that went off of, I think, Ruderman and the home plate umpire Levi Wagner.
Yeah, that was a double whammy. 2 birds with
so,
one ball right there.
Yeah,
Boom.
boom, boom.
See what I did there? 2 birds with 1 ball. Boom. Clever, eh?
I think you're sitting around me way too much.
Yeah, it's rubbing off a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, you're not nearly old enough to do dad jokes. I mean, you can.
What's the age? You gotta give me what's the age limit then? What do you?
Oh, at least.
How old do you gotta be?
At least 45.
Oh, not even like even if I was a dad, I can't pull the dad jokes.
No.
Oh
No,
man.
you got to wait till the kids can groan.
That's no fun.
Well, that's part of the process. Is you have to have an audience that absolutely groans, and it's painful for them to hear your jokes. When they're 4 or 5, they just whatever. Dad's talking. That's all. Then they get to 8 or 9, and they think they understand. When they're about 12 or 14, now it's an embarrassment. That's when you have fun with it. Kyle Lewis with a full count.
Your kids still probably do. Oh, Dad.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They can't take that away from me.
Nope. You own it.
I do. And back-to-back walks given up by Archer Blumenshine. As now base runners at first and second, and at the top of the order, Tai Yukamoto coming up to face Blumenshine. And we're going to have a little visit from the coach, Bigfoot.
Yeah, so as I was mentioning, we were talking. You teased it up. I think we can talk about it now. Nick, that's Nick Salahoob, the pitching coach, assistant coach for the Energy City Cactus Rats. I was talking to him before the game. We made the comment yesterday on the air about his enormous shoes.
Yeah,
he's got big feet, that guy, and he's And I asked him in the dugout. I said, "Did he hear us talking about you yesterday?" He's like, "No." And I said, "Well, we were commenting on your feet and how you got flippers for shoes." I said, "What size are you running on those?" He said, and I've never heard a size like this in my life, 20.
Wow.
Ordered online. He's got to order 20 online shoes.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, look at those bad boys. I mean, he's got a good strut. I'll give him that.
Attaboy.
Like, wow. That's awesome.
Like I said, he'd be around his feet would be around the corner before he is.
Yeah, I mean, I've just never seen a guy with.
You see that on basketball players.
Yeah.
The guys that are 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah.
The 7-footers. He's what, 6'3", 6'4", maybe.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah. Anyway,
that's
really cool. It was cool to find that out.
Yeah. And we're not
making fun of him.
No, we're not making fun. It's an observation, and it's kind of like
it's actually an observation that's like, wow, like that's kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
I thought that was really neat. I've never seen. I put my foot next to his.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. Like you could fit.
You could probably step right into his shoes.
You could fit 2 of my feet into one of his shoes together. Like it's.
And a good bunt there by Tai Yukamoto. He might beat it out. He does.
He does. Wow.
An excellent bunt by Yukamoto. Loads the bases for the Sylvan Lake Gulls as he perfectly places this right down the line. And good play by Aracena.
Absolutely.
To get to the ball and then make a good throw, but not in time to catch the speedy Yukamoto over at first.
Couldn't have done that more perfect. That was just pristine.
Very nice. So bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, Matty's got his dad in attendance here today. This would be a great opportunity, a great time for him to do some damage.
Yeah, and spoke with Matty last night after the game and said, you know, you're looking pretty good. You're hitting the ball well, and you seem to be running pretty good. There's a little hitch there, and he said, yeah, just a little bit. He says, I'm feeling fine. He says, it's just a little annoyance, but he says, I'm good.
Yeah. Like I said, he's never gonna maybe fully admit if he's hurt either. Like he's gonna play it off like it's just something little.
But he knows his body, and these guys, they're smart enough to listen to it.
Oh yeah.
Not like you and me, where we do something stupid and then just keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's like your body's telling you something. Well, no, I'm not going to listen.
Got golf to play, Jim.
That's right. And this is going to be trouble. Nope, down the third baseline, Aracena makes the catch, and Bryce Hampton faked like he was going down to home plate and did not. And Ten Shindo just stood beside third base and held on to the ball just in case Hampton was going to do something. But a pop-up there to the third baseman, and that's the first out. And that'll bring up Jaden Flores, who popped up to the shortstop to end the first inning. The Gulls finally with a base hit here in the top half of the third, a bunt single by Tai Yukamoto. And Flores right down the line, but that just curls past third base, just foul. That was going to score 2 runs easily.
That might have scored 3 runs, honestly. That was looking good. It would have been perfectly placed.
So a well-hit ball, just foul down the line. And Jaden Flores has done that more than once here. We've seen him just catch the inside of the line, and it gets there in a hurry. So 1 down here, bases loaded. Top of the third inning. We are scoreless between Energy City and Sylvan Lake. Cactus Rats are the home team tonight, folks. In case you think we've kind of lost it and keep calling, the wrong inning. This is the top of the third.
We do promise we're having it right most of the time. Calling it right most of the time anyway.
I'm not going to go out on that limb. You speak for yourself. I know my own faux pas here. And Jaden Flores is going to drive in 1 and maybe 2. As here comes the throw in, but it's cut off by Barneo. And a single by Jaden Flores drives in 2 runs as the Sylvan Lake Gulls jump out to a 2-0 lead here at Gulls Field.
Right up Main Street. As that was perfectly in the middle of your screen and shallow enough to not be caught.
C&I single.
Yep.
Kind of.
Pretty close.
Yeah. That'll bring up Anthony Gilbert, the designated hitter. He popped up to the catcher in foul territory to lead things off in the top of the second. Flores is going to take the stolen base as they were not interested. And this time, the Gulls know the play. The Cactus Rats know the play. The Gulls know what the Cactus Rats know, and so Tai Yukamoto just stayed at third.
Yeah.
Because they got caught the other night by doing that.
And then that's exactly what Cactus Rats have done. Abercrombie cuts that throw off to try to maybe throw down a third quicker to catch, obviously, Tai Yukamoto sleeping.
Elias Campbell's got a hustle here, and he does. He makes the catch and fires it into the infield. A little too shallow for Yukamoto to tag and try and score on that one. And that'll bring up Trip Ray, who drew a walk in the second inning.
Had a really hot bat last time he was playing in a ball game.
Yeah.
2 homers, 6 RBIs. It was incredible to watch.
It was. You should have heard the conversation. I was standing there when they were signing autographs, and Trip Ray and Junior Garcia, because the next night Junior, or the part of the doubleheader, the next game, Junior had a home run with 2 RBIs.
Yeah.
And Junior says, well, my home run was further. And Trip goes, dude, he says, I hit it off the scoreboard. He said, you just cleared the wall. I hit it off the scoreboard. They were having a little friendly banter there. I thought that was hilarious. A little competition between the catchers.
Well, of course.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Junior was adamant. No, mine was harder. Okay.
Well, Junior's missed the scoreboard, and it would have went off the scoreboard had it been a little bit more right. It was it went right it was going right between the slow pitch diamonds.
Yeah. See, they were talking distance though.
Yeah, and that's what I mean is that
Trip was saying if mine hadn't hit the scoreboard, it would have
been probably just as
in
far.
The slow pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So it's fun watching these guys do that. Listening to the friendly jabs that they throw at each other. 2-2 the count on Trip Ray. Runners on first or second and third. That's right, because Jaden Flores has that stolen base. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trip Ray with 2 out. And a good pitch there by Archer Blumenshine. Sits down Trip Ray, and that is the first strikeout of the night for either team. That brings the inning to a close. 2.5 in the books. Cactus Rats coming to bat. Tenjindo will lead things off for the Cactus Rats here in the bottom of the third inning. Energy City trailing 2-0 now. And Shindo, Abercrombie, and Aracena, the 2-3-4 hitters for Energy City, will face Kai Rempel, his third inning of work. And there's a couple of guys in the bullpen, so I'm thinking he might go 3, possibly 4. because he is on a inning limit from his coaches down south at community college, I think. Cloud County. And that's grounded down to O'Connor. It's short, and that's the first out of the third inning.
Pretty routine play for Rowan O'Connor to field this ball and just toss it lightly over to Bryce Turner. Nice play between the two of them yet again, connecting. That's the second time connecting tonight.
Here's a question for you.
Oh boy.
Is today Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, I was waiting for a harder question than that. Not gonna lie.
No, hey, it's a hard question for me.
Apparently, it's tough to be retired, I guess.
Well,
it's a tough life.
I've told you before.
Every day's a Saturday.
No, I've got 6 Saturdays and a Sunday.
Oh, and a Sunday. What makes it a Sunday?
It's Sunday.
The actual Sunday?
It's Sunday.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a different day than all.
But you just always know that it's Sunday?
I do.
You know when it actually is the day of Sunday?
You know why I know?
You don't ask what day is it today on
No,
Sunday?
because I know it's the final round of any golf tournament that's on TV.
So you're always watching. Oh, okay.
And so I know that
you know what you're doing.
And there's more baseball games on the Sunday.
You got the system worked. Yeah, you got the system figured
I time it out with sports. My wife loves me for that.
Yeah, there you go. That's a dream. That's my goal. You just set a new goal for me.
Oh, did I?
To get to Jim Claggett every day is Saturday and then knowing when it's Sunday by sports. But this is nailed right up the middle. Drew Abercrombie lifting this just over the head of Kai Rempel, and that will land as a base hit for Abercrombie, and now on base twice tonight.
Must be.
That coffee's working for him.
I was going to say, must be something in his coffee.
Yeah. And this is something you could do on Thursday.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Used equipment drive brought to you by BrokerLink Insurance. My guess is bring your used equipment to the baseball field and, donate it.
I bet you I got a whole bag full of referee equipment.
There you go.
Skates, shin pads, helmet, whistles.
Do you have you got whistles and you got the ref jersey still?
Oh, yeah.
I might have to talk to you about that.
I got the whole thing.
We could do a side gig, maybe a little side hustle deal here in the break, because my rec team might need another ref stuff. So there's a throw from Rempel in time.
So your team supplies the referees for your own games?
Well, I'm just saying it might not be a bad idea to have that little extra something in case. Sometimes we have to ref our own games. We can't find a referee.
Really?
Sometimes we'll have to throw, throw something on and have a whistle handy. So
yeah,
hey, we'll chat.
I've got one where the stripes will snap on.
Okay.
And it could be a linesman jersey or a referee's jersey.
Look at you go.
Yeah. Well, because I was doing both.
I had a jersey like that too, actually, when I was ref in minor hockey.
Okay.
But I outgrew it. I was really young when I did that.
I actually didn't outgrow mine. I actually shrunk.
Dang it.
I did.
Oh, man.
Ryuichiro Uno, the designated hitter, steps in to face Kai Rempel. 2-0 the count. Thanks for putting that up there, Calvin Bellows. Appreciate that. It gives us something to talk about. And if you are in the area and listening to this broadcast and watching this broadcast and you've got some equipment, bring it down. They'll take it. I mean, make sure it's reasonable, not falling apart.
Yeah, and maybe clean would be nice
and
too.
Clean
I think,
would be nice too.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't want the the blood and everything else on the shirts and the jerseys.
Yeah, and just a terrible smell coming off and
Oh
stuff too.
yeah. You know, that was one of the things in hockey, breaking up fights and guys they had their gloves still on.
Oof.
Oh my God, the gloves just reeked.
Oh yeah.
But that's why they rubbed it in the guy's face. This is shot out into right field by Uno. And a good play there by Bryce Hampton, but he wasn't going to catch this young man as he got around the bases fast. And Uno with a base hit and an RBI cuts the lead in half. 2-1 Gulls.
Great RBI single by Uno and good base running by Abercrombie, as we mentioned. He's fast and he turned that corner quite quickly, not giving the Gulls any chance to get anything in there in time.
So 2 down here in the third.
Oh,
and Barneo gets hit in the back by Kai Rempel.
least it was an off speed, but 78 miles per hour is probably still hurting quite a bit. Going off the back. Ouch.
Just below the belt. So Trip Ray is going to go and have a little chat with Kai Rempel. And say, hey, don't worry about it. Let's just get ourselves out of this by giving up just the one run, and that'll be that. Colton Perez grounded out to short in the second inning. He comes up with runners on first and second and 2 down. Gulls with a 2-1 lead. And that outside corner, Kai Rempel is just nailing it.
He is,
on the left-handers.
He's working it.
And he puts it right back there for Perez, who takes a kind of a half-hearted swing at it. It's like, I'm not sure. Well, I better swing at it anyway, just in case I make contact. So Rempel up 0-2. Fastball, possibly. Same spot, maybe. Fastball, same spot. Little high though. 1-2 is the count. And Perez stays alive by fouling that off.
Well, coming into tonight's game, Perez 167 with the bat, but he hasn't had a lot of games. He's only had 12 at-bats ahead of this one. This is his 4th game of action in an Energy City Cactus Rat uniform.
And that's grounded right down to Yukamoto. He's going to step on the bag and makes the play and brings the inning to a close. So Rempel limits the damage to just the 1 run. 2-1 Sylvan Lake leads here. They come to bat. He's starting in the 4th.
Archer Blumenshine out on the mound for another inning, inning number 4. He's only got 42 pitches, so that's, you know, quite efficient, I would say. He's given up 2 hits and 2 runs as the Gulls still hold a 2-1 lead over Energy City. This brings up Rowan O'Connor, who popped up to shortstop. And he squares the bunt and pulls back last second for a called ball.
So do you have any equipment sitting at home that you want to get rid of? Oh. And that is yeah, that's a fair ball. And that is not caught by the left fielder Colton Perez, as that just started to drop as it got near him, and he thought he had it and then stretches out, and nope, there it is on the ground. And a good call there by Ethan Mays, the third base umpire. So a base hit for Rowan O'Connor to start things off here in the top of the 4th inning. That's right, folks, top of the 4th. Gulls are the visiting team tonight.
That's a tough catch to make too by the outfielder. Great effort by Colton Perez, but just a tough one to make. Good hit there by Rowan O'Connor. But to answer your question for equipment used, do I have any? I don't know if I do as far as, you know, sports goes. I mean, I got an old snowboard I could bring, but I don't know if I don't think they're taking any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You got any golf clubs that you're not using?
I just got rid of my last old set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sold them in a garage sale. Actually more like donated them to a garage sale too. Actually, my girlfriend's brother, he's got a stepson that is about, he's in grade 6 and just starting to get into golfing. So
okay, there you go.
Took my own set, yeah.
And he's a lefty.
And he's a lefty.
I was going to say, because you are, and I hope he's not a righty, because he might say, well, how do I hit these?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do with this? Yeah. Learn, son, learn.
Yeah. 1 and 2 there, pitch, and they could turn a double here, and they will quite easily. As the Cactus Rats, Taylor made double play here to get the lead runner and Bryce Turner, the batter, for 2 out.
Great 6-4-4-3 play. And they made it look easy, and they had lots of time to do it. So that ball was hit in prime location for Energy City to turn that play.
This will be the other Bryce, as in Hampton. That was Turner. This is Hampton. He started things off in the 3rd inning with a walk and ended up scoring on Jaden Flores' double, or single, I should say. So 1-0 the count on Bryce Hampton with 2 down. Here we are in the 4th. And maybe the end of the night for Kai Rempel, 3 innings, because Josh Dolich is warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, he's warming up pretty quickly, too. So, yeah, I think that might be the end of the night.
There's the big man from Texas.
Rempel. Yeah, tall glass of water he is.
And that's a foul ball. And that might have gone off. Sorry, I had to pause because I absolutely recognized the music being played. Sweet Home Alabama.
It triggered you, did it?
Well, the first 2. No, don't say all summer long. I know who sings that part.
All summer long, yeah.
Do not do that.
I was just going to say, I wish they did play a little bit of that. I miss it. Every time it came on, I'd look at you and I'd just see you shaking your head, getting angry. It'd be fun. It was fun for me.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had fun at my expense.
Yeah, I did.
That's fine. 3-2 the count.
Someone's got to have fun.
That was Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, that was Leonard Skinner.
So, an actual musician, group of musicians.
Hey, Kid Rock's got his own bar in Nashville. And,
good for him.
You know, he's a musician.
Yeah, that's fine. Until he starts putting out albums like Leonard Skinner did and putting out music like Leonard Skinner did with their own lyrics, not stealing lyrics from everybody else, then I might salute him. But I'm not going to. So Kyle Lewis steps in, and a good throw there by Reese Rudderman. Nails Bryce Hampton and brings the inning to a close with Kyle Lewis standing at the home plate waiting to hit. So that's the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. 3.5 done. Cactus Rats coming to bat.
Well, since we're talking about music, this will fit your era a little bit more, Jim, as join us for Disco Fever, Friday, August 1st, brought to you by Adrenaline Motors. And, you know, Disco Fever is kind of, does that take you back at all, Jim? You got, you had the hair? Do you had the rollerblades?
I didn't have the rollerblades.
Did you have the parachute pants?
No, I had the Earth shoes and the flared pants. The god-awful looking shirt. And I had the hair, definitely had the hair.
I could see that.
And the moves, my disco moves, I'm pretty sure it looked like I was trying to get away from a swarm of bees.
Oh.
That'll pretty much describe it. But the good thing about disco music
is
you can dance to the same 8 beats for about 10 minutes. That's all it was.
That's true.
That's all it was. But
I could see you doing a good old disco.
Yeah. Barely alive. Barely alive.
Russian.
Yeah. I tell you. I was in radio at the time when disco started kind of coming out with Bee Gees and whatnot. And, oh, boy. I got to a point where I just couldn't stand it anymore. And then Rick Dees came out with a song, Disco Duck.
Oh, okay.
And then there was another one with Disco in the Garbage, Right Where It Belongs. Oh, Calvin says he was listening to Disco Duck. And speaking of ducking, Elias Campbell couldn't duck out of the way of that pitch by Kai Rempel as it hits him down on the foot, I think. Maybe the knee.
Right on the leg.
Ouch.
Calf, maybe?
Anyways, he's over at first base. We're trying to walk it off right now.
Yeah. Ouchie.
And there's no dirt to rub it on.
I think that's, I think that got him right on the left calf. He's trying to stretch it out. Ew. That's got to sting.
So he starts things off. Disco music, you know, there was a place for it, and it really, really took off for a while, and then it just died a painful death. Reese Ruderman with a base hit back in the second inning, a single. And he fouls this back out of play. I think one of my favorite, and there were some that were good. They were good songs, but I think my favorite might have been by a group called Wild Cherry. Play that funky music, white boy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
That is a good one. It's just got a little more to it.
Music, white boy.
That's right. You got it. You probably have that on your playlist.
You know what? I'm adding it.
I'm
adding it now.
Okay.
Yeah, next time we're golfing, guess what's coming out?
And actually, David Bowie had a few, too. And I give him credit because he's pretty good. And that gets away from Trip Ray. And
Rempel's night might be coming to a close here pretty soon.
Elias Campbell heads down to second base.
Yeah, I would think Josh Dolich is pretty close to being ready.
Yep, they might give him this batter here and then top of the order.
Yeah. Matt Hape might just give him one last batter here, as you mentioned.
Grounded down to second. O'Connor knocks it down with his glove, but can't get a handle on it. And as we mentioned last night, when you're giving teams, and I'm not saying he's giving, when teams get an extra chance at something, they usually score. And now you've got runners on first and third and nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. The Gulls with a 2-1 lead. And Matt Hape maybe has seen enough.
Yeah, he has. I saw Matt Hape's signage to the bullpen. He took off his hat to the Dolich in the bullpen. Dolich took his hat off in the bullpen to let him know, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then, of course, Matt Hape came out and took out Kai Rempel. So just a little sign that pitching coach to new pitcher make to know when they're ready to come in, and that was it. So we'll see Josh Dolich make his way in. Kai Rempel gets high fives on the way to the dugout. We'll be back to continue things on here in the bottom half of the fourth inning when we come back.
New pitcher on the mound. That is Josh Dolich from Spring, Texas.
And I know Josh Dolich, if he's going to be wanting anything tonight, it's going to be just redemption. And a redemption against this team that rang him up on July 24th, the first of that doubleheader, the 9-1 loss. Unfortunately for Dolich, he didn't have the best stuff. 2.2 innings pitched. He had given up 2 hits. He walked 2 guys. He faced 13 batters and gave up 4 runs. And I'm not saying he gave them up, but, 4 runs scored the plate, and then his opposing on-base percentage was .274.
Okay. So you're right. He's looking to get a little measure of revenge. And that is well hit by C.G. Umezawa, the right fielder. 1-1 the count. Well, one last thing about disco, and then I'll drop it.
Okay.
As I'm not sure if it was like a genre or a social experiment, but I'm glad I got to witness it from a safe distance.
Okay. At least you got to witness. That'd be cool. I'm not gonna lie. My age, my generation, I wish we could go back to that. But Seiji Umezawa is the guy that's in the batter's box right now, and as we notice, every time he comes to bat, he gives a little tip to the cap, right to the umpire, and that's a sign of respect there from the young man. So good stuff there. And now a throw over to second goes all the way out to center field. Both infields missed that play. It's not going to do much, but other than scoring a run. So the tying run comes in to score as Elias Campbell crosses easily, and that draw and the throw, it was exactly what Energy City was looking for. They got the strikeout on Umezawa, but then the throw from Trip Ray went through everybody, and then the run comes in to score.
Ken Shindo does the same thing with his little tip of the cap to the umpire. This is out into right field, and Bryce Hampton is not going to be able to get to that one. That bounces off the wall, and that's going to score another run here for the Cactus Rats, and they've got him dead to rights over at third in Ken Shindo. Well, that was a good play by Trip Ray.
Yeah, but Shindo did score yet another run with Reese Rudderman coming home. But a great hit here by Shindo, just an opposite field hit. One bounce off the wall, and that went a long, long ways. And Shindo, he hesitated, and that's why he got thrown out at third, I think, is he wasn't sure if he should keep going. And the reason why he was hesitating is because the throw came in, and then that decision to go to third, I think that's what cost him. So,
a good hustle by Bryce Hampton to get that ball in.
Absolutely, and the cutoff by Rowan O'Connor, good throw over to third.
So the Gulls, however, have committed 2 errors in this inning, and they now trail 3-2.
We talked about it, and we talk about it every single time. It's basic science in a way, right? You give up any kind of mistakes or errors or free passes, it's going to make you pay almost every single time. I would like to see the percentage. I would really like to see what that percentage would be, but I guarantee you it's upwards of 70 to 80%. Anytime you're making a little mistake like that, it's going to haunt you. More times than not anyways.
So we have 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases are clean. Drew Abercrombie, who's been on base twice, a walk and a single. That's grounded foul, 2-2 the count on Abercrombie. Josh Dolich in to pitch now. Kai Rempel went 3 1/3. Or no, he only went 3. He went 3 complete. That's it. he didn't get an out in the 4th inning. This is all on Josh Dolich now. 2 down, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 lead for the Energy City Cactus Rats. And a nice pitch by Josh Dolich as he has Abercrombie watching. And he's had a little discussion with Levi Wagner and walks away, not winning that discussion. 4 complete. Gulls coming to bat.
So in the break, things got heated. Jordan Blundell, the head coach, Energy City, coming out and not liking the call of Levi Wagner that ended that inning with the strikeout. And I believe that he did end up getting tossed before this took place. I believe him coming out was already knowing after the fact that he got tossed. We didn't see the initial wave of the umpire saying you're out of here, but he got his money's worth because he stayed out there for the entire break having a pretty good chit chat. And yeah, he's packing up his bags, and that's it for Jordan Blundell, as he's going to go sit on the bus for the rest of this game. So they're done, and they only got 2 pitchers on the bench. So it looks like Nick Salub will be the guy that's going to run the rest and remaining of this game, as we see first base umpire Clayton Wandler just kind of making sure he leaves the park.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah. And he's not happy about it.
No, and I hear, and I don't know if this is fact, but I hear that coaches have 3 ejections, and then they might get suspended if they go for a 4th one. So I think our coach, Chatwood, has got 2 on his record right now. 1 for sure, we know last night. But I'm trying to think if he got another one this year. Anyway, that's well hit out into left field, and Perez, again for the 2nd time, had his glove out for the ball and could not keep it in his glove. And I think they're going to have to charge him with an error on that one, I would think. Or was that too difficult to play? I don't know.
That was still a pretty well hit ball. I mean, it's just depending on, he had to run quite a ways, and then he just kind of froze halfway through trying to make a catch on that play. So I don't know. That's tough. He's making those catches look not easy, and they aren't easy catches, I don't think. So, It's tough to say because would somebody else maybe make that catch on a given night? Tough to say.
They gave him a hit.
But they're giving him a hit. So
Kyle Lewis has a double.
Yep.
To start things off here in the top of the 5th inning.
It's definitely not an obvious error, that's for sure.
No.
So I think that's kind of how the score goes. If it's obvious, then yeah. If it's not quite obvious, or it's it's up for debate, they benefit the base hitter.
So Tai Yukamoto steps in now. And he tries to lay down another bunt. He had one earlier, a bunt single in the 3rd.
Well, let's take a look at this one more time here by the Hearthstone Property Management replay, and that's the first catch that he misses on the night, and then here's catch number 2 that he also just can't quite hold on to. So
almost the same thing.
Same thing, and like I said, Colton Perez, he's only gotten a few games under his belt so far as an Energy City Cactus Rat. So this is only game number 4 for him.
That misses down low. 1-2 the count on the Gulls shortstop. With a bunt single back in the 3rd. That helped move Bryce Hampton and Kyle Lewis over. The Gulls trailing 3-2 here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Yukamoto sends this to deep right field, and Lewis will tag, and he's got the speed to get to 3rd safely on the sacrifice fly. Puts himself in scoring position here in the top of the 5th inning as the Gulls trail by 1. Matty Fung. There's Kyle Lewis over at 3rd, getting the instructions from 3rd base coach Wyatt McKnight. So Matty Fung has grounded out and popped up to the 3rd baseman. So he's 0 for 2 on the night. His dad is in town for a week here to catch some of the baseball.
And celebrate Matty Fung's birthday, which we found out is on Wednesday coming up. So a week from today, Matty Fung.
A week from today, yeah.
Will be turning 1 more year older.
I knew that because you told me what day it was.
Yeah,
it's Wednesday.
There you go. Keeping you in line, keeping you in check.
Well, somebody has to. I certainly can't be reliable enough to do that myself.
I love that's how you sound my book too. That was a good message. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You are very welcome. You guys went way over the top promoting that last night.
Well,
I appreciate that.
It's a big accomplishment as those just tuning in. Check out the Wayback online for your reading needs. Very own Jim Clegg, a published author officially. And we love supporting him, and we love that he's accomplished such a great task. And there it is there, the Wayback. Get your book. And where again online can guys purchase the book? Where do they go these days?
Well, I mean, if you're down in the States, Barnes & Noble has it on their website. Indigo.
Okay.
Here in Red Deer, or here in Canada, they have the ebook out. They don't have the book on the actual book in the stores yet. Indiebookstores.ca. Some of the independent bookstores will carry it, so it's hard to get it. I don't know how to go about getting the retailers to actually take this. This is a little blooper down the right field line. That's going to drop in. It's Jaden Flores, and this is an aggressive young man, and his aggression pays off as he just took one look at that and said, I'm going to second. You guys going to make a good throw to get me.
Yeah, he's got the wheels on him, but I mean, talk about a throw from Abercrombie is this one drops, and Abercrombie's got to field this with his bare hand, and then he quickly turns and just fires an absolute laser over to second. But my goodness, Flores with the wheels to beat it out is impressive. I wouldn't have beat it out, that's for sure.
I just, you know what, I talked to Jaden and Brock T. Arena, and I said, you guys are so aggressive on the bases. He said, yeah, he said, make a throw you out.
Yeah, they have to make a good play to get you out, and good attitude to have. As if Flores is snap man, you're not beating him. And now he's going to get thrown out here, as that one just a little too obvious for the catcher in Reese Ruderman to get him going. So a nice play there by the Energy City Cactus Rats. Stop that double into nothing. And it is a tie 3-3 game when we come to the bottom of the 5th when you're watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege. So we got a really cool story that came in today through email, and I'm sure, Jim, you saw a lot of kids just loving it. You know, the fans in the seats are enjoying it as well. I got to give a special shout out to not a Sylvan Lake Gulls fan, but a fan base and some billet parents from Energy City.
Oh, okay.
We got a nice email that came in from Carl, and it's either Jackie or JC. I think it's Jackie, Jacci. And they wrote us a beautiful email as this is hit right back to Dolich. He has to stop it, field it, and he'll lightly throw it as he just calms things down and throws it over to Brooks Bachman, who's now filling in over at first, and Cleary Simpson over at second.
Oh, okay.
So 2 substitutions that I just noticed in the heat of the moment.
And we do remember a couple of great plays by Josh Dolich off the mound, and he said, yeah, I used to be a shortstop.
Yeah.
So a ball hit on the ground to him is, you know, he remembers how to do all that. So anyway, you were we digress here.
Yeah, we do. The players always know when I got a story, and then they got to hit a ball, and then it kind of cuts into it a little bit. So Josh Jolich 1-0 and 1 away on this is Richiro Uno, and he pops this up to Brooks Bachman, who calls everybody off, as I didn't want to go through in my story because I had a feeling something was going to happen again.
Oh, yeah.
My gut feeling told me right. So that's 2 outs just like that quickly. I might better get the story in before it's too late. But yeah, no, I just want to shout out to Carl and Jackie, or JC. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. From Energy City, they just sent us an email just really appreciating to the club of us hosting Energy City and doing such a great job with the Cactus Rats this season due to unfortunate circumstances with them not having their own field to play in, as this is fouled off by Barneo. They just wanted to show that they were very happy with how Sylvan Lake Gulls treated not only them but other fans and the billets and the, you know, being able to host and just be welcoming to, you know, the other team's fan base. And,
there we go.
And so, you know, we appreciate that. We always strive to obviously bring our best and not be biased either. At the end of the day, the WCBL is it's a fan sport, and it shouldn't matter if you're from away or from here, that no matter what team you're cheering for, you feel welcome at our facility and you feel welcome watching it on the broadcast as well. So if you're watching, Carl and Jackie, thank you for those kind words, and we're happy to be able to bring you coverage every single night this season, as that's a strikeout for Josh Dolich. And out number 3. So a quick inning. My whole story went through the entire of it. And we'll be back as the Gulls will come to bat at the top of the 6th when we come back. You're watching FloCollege, brought to you by visitsylvanlake.ca. Postseason baseball is right around the corner, and you can get your playoff tickets now on sale. Visit sylvanlakegulls.com to purchase your postseason tickets today, as we are, well, a week away. As of right now, we are officially a week away from postseason baseball. The conference semifinals go next Wednesday to Friday. Now, depending on which night the Gulls play is obviously still up in the air because of home field advantage and all that kind of stuff. So we don't know who they're playing either yet. Right now, as it is, it looks very, very likely that it will be Lethbridge Bulls and Sylvan Lake Gulls in round number 1, but they're only 3 games back from Okotoks, and they take on Okotoks twice, so that could come down to those 2 games right there as we wrap up the regular season. But
it could very well do that.
But yeah, get your tickets on Sylvan Lake Gulls website. If you don't know the website, just Google it like I am right now, but I'm pretty sure it is sylvanlakegulls.com. And it is.
Anthony Gilbert, by the way, is at bat.
Oh, okay. There's baseball going on right now?
There is.
Oh,
it's not playoff baseball, but it's baseball, and it's 3-1 the count on Gilbert. And that misses inside. So a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning for the Sylvan Lake Gulls in a 3-3 tie with the Energy City Cactus Rats.
And you know, when I was talking to the coaching staff at Energy City ahead of this game, I said, we love the close games. Like, we don't like the blowouts. We like the close ones. And you guys have been keeping them.
I do too.
And you guys have been keeping them close all year long. I said yesterday was probably the first and only game that we really have seen got out of hand. And it wasn't even really out of hand. It was more of a comfortable win for the Sylvan Lake Gulls than we've seen all year round from Energy City. So, yeah, this is right on cue to what we were alluding to in the pregame show and what we've talked about over the past several days about Energy City and the baseball team that they have turned out to be this season, giving the Gulls a run for their money.
This is catcher Trip Ray stepping in to face Archer Blumenshine, who has given up 3 runs on 5 hits over 5 innings of work. That's fouled out of play by Trip Ray.
That took off like a rocket.
It did.
Got some warming up going on in the bullpen. Tavin Anderson warming up right now, and there he is there. And 17 as well, just kind of in the background. That's Kingston Bezine. As Trip Ray grounds this over to the third baseman. It's the 5, the 4, and not the 3. As they try to turn the longest part of the double play. But Trip Ray with good wheels to get there and beat out the throw. As good throw there by Timo Aracena over to Abercrombie. So Trip Ray gets on with the fielder's choice. 1 away. That brings up the new substitution for Rowan O'Connor, who we saw last inning playing second. That is Cleary Simpson. So he must have got cleared from trainer Rob Manka.
Well, I'm not sure where that missed, but that did. Ball 1 to Cleary Simpson. Elnora, Alberta.
Elnora.
Just down the road to the east of Sylvan Lake. This is in the foul territory, and Timo Aracena tracks it down in foul territory. That's a very good play.
Yeah, great hustle there. Timo just got on his bike and he pedaled as fast as he could. And that'll bring up Brooks Bachman, the other substitution that we saw in that last inning.
And we've got Brock Tiarina in the on-deck circle.
Okay.
So he'll be coming into right field, I believe, for Bryce Hampton.
Or left field, and Hampton moves to
who
right,
knows? Yeah.
Probably I would think that's how they might do it.
Well,
as Brock Tiarina's been quite used to left field lately. And Bachman swings on this one hard down left field, and it is caught.
Okay.
What a catch there.
So Colton Perez.
By Colton Perez.
Drops to the maybe he probably should have had. And then this one, I didn't think he had a chance, and he makes that grab. Why not?
It's baseball.
That's baseball. Great catch there by Perez, brings the inning to a close, and the Gulls failed to score after a leadoff walk. 5.5 done, 3-3. Cactus Rats coming to bat.
Josh Dolich back for another inning of work after coming in relief for the starter of Kai Ruppel. Kai Ruppel pitched 5 innings, and Dolich with just the one so far. This will be his second inning of work. And we see a couple substitutions made as we did in the batter's lineup. So Brock Tiarina will fill in indeed out in right field for Bryce Hampton. And then you got Cleary Simpson at second, Brooks Bachman over at first, and everybody else should stay the same. And this batter that we have for the Cactus Rats, number 35, Colton Perez, who made that outstanding catch in left field to end that inning and keep the Gulls at bay. And Perez swings on this one as that goes right to Bachman. He fields it and will flip it over to Dolich for out number 1, coming in to cover first base. Great play there by the infield.
You got all the changes?
Got all the changes.
Attaboy, thank you.
Kind of.
Kind of.
We'll see. No, yeah, Brock Tiarina will stay out in right field, as I was mentioning.
Yeah.
So. No switching or anything like that in the outfield. We've seen the 1-3 play. We've seen the 3-1 play now. We've seen the 9-4-5 play. We've seen a lot of infield plays today defensively that have been kind of all over the place.
I see 1, 2, 3 fly balls by the Gulls and nothing by the Cactus Rats. Oh, wait a minute.
There's
the very first one, 8.
There's the 8. Then Uno flew out to shortstop.
Well, that's not really an
really
outfielder.
No. Sorry, you mean an outfielder. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were just meaning pop-ups in general.
No, I'm just,
okay.
I'm saying outfielders,
Yeah, now I'm on the same page as you. I pick up what you're putting down. My apologies.
I only have 2 pages here.
Well, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
But I did nail the quiz that Calvin Bellows threw at me.
You did nail that quiz.
Well, I think I did. I was within 10.
You were really good, actually.
So
feel free to explain that quiz, by the way, as we had a little internal quiz ahead of this game. That was well before the game even started, wasn't it?
Well, the book. Sorry to.
Just give me 1 second.
Calvin read a line from the book.
Jim Claggett's book. This guy.
Yeah. Okay. And he said, "See how close you can come to saying what page that was on." There's 282 pages in the book. And he read the quote, and I said page 1, I think I said 127, and it was page 119.
It says 277 pages in the book. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's supposed to be 282.
Uh-oh.
Really? That's what
Maybe
it
he
said?
doesn't know his book as well as we thought.
I should check to make sure it ends the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does.
Well, there's a base hit there for number 12, Reese Rudderman.
Well, I'm not sure why it's like that, because it does say on the what's called a sell sheet, it's what you give to retailers so they know the information about the book, and it says 282 pages. I don't know what they did with 5 pages. So I'm going to have to read my book now.
There you go.
I wonder where I can get a copy.
Hey, there you go. On your screen, you can get a copy right there. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Look at that. You guys, I'll tell you, I'm going to have to take you guys out for a beer or something, all the promotion you've done for me.
Hey, Calvin, you heard it. He's taking us out for beer. I'm in.
I will.
Say less.
I'll wait till it's $5 draft night.
Yeah, exactly. Wait till somebody hits the Aura sign.
Yep.
Aura real estate sign, yeah.
And then it's
Then
your first beer is on me.
There you go.
That's grounded foul by Omizawa. With the base runner over at first and Reese Ruderman. 3-3, bottom of the 6th inning. Gulls and Cactus Rats. Energy City, and that hits Umezawa.
Right on the shoulder.
I think that might have got him on that bone there.
Yeah, right on the bone.
That is never a good feeling. That collarbone is never good.
Yeah, he's
and there's
shaking.
the long and the short of
Let's
it.
take a look at this. Oh.
Ouch.
And he tried to dodge it, but just the way he moved, that went through everything and then clipped that inside part of your shoulder. And that's a sensitive spot too, so. Ouchie, that can't feel good. And it looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's shaking it off.
He's fine. He says, I'm good. I'm good. And I'm not sure Jason Chatwood is out having a chat with home plate umpire Levi Wagner. Not sure what the discussion was about.
Here's the shortstop, number 6, Ted Shindo.
Jason Chatwood. Well, I think I know I always get him and Wyatt McKnight because they have a similar posture.
Yeah, no, that was Chatwood.
But that was Chatty.
And yeah, so yeah, and Jason Chatwood back on the bench after being tossed last night. Our guy in the truck's kind of making a good point. He wasn't sure if maybe Jason Chatwood would be in this game. I didn't know if he would either, but this is hit well into center field, and looks like Kyle Lewis will settle underneath that just fine, making the catch for out number 3. So Energy City get a couple base runners on, but no things to show for it, as what I'm trying to say, as this is still a tie game, 3-3 between the Gulls and the Cactus Rats. We're coming back with more Gulls baseball, top of the 7th.
We have 6 innings in the books tonight between the Energy City Cactus Rats and the Sylvan Lake Gulls. And Brock Tiarina will lead things off here in the 7th as we're all tied at 3. Tiarina coming in to play right field for Bryce Hampton. This is his first at-bat this evening. And he swings at the second pitch that he sees and drops it into shallow center field to lead things off here for the Gulls with a base hit.
Yeah, pretty good base hit. A little bit close to the hands, which is why this ball didn't go very far, but he didn't need it to go far as that landed right in the hole at center field. And yeah, he'll take that every day.
Yeah, well, he's lately has just been tattooing the ball.
Yeah.
And last night he had a couple that one into the wind over in left field, and that kept the ball in the park. And then the other one was a hammered out into right field, but by that time the air had gotten a little cooler and gets a little heavier, and that kept the ball in the park as well, in my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of hard hit balls that just didn't go anywhere. It was more of a breeze in the face than I think we thought.
See, now, I've got a guy that we play golf with, and he says that every so often. When he hits one and it goes up in the air and it doesn't go as far as he normally hits it, he goes, well, that didn't go anywhere. I said, well, it went straight. It went that direction. It went somewhere.
Just enough to twist the knife in the wound, eh? Yeah, you know how to play the game.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, getting guys' heads.
I'm living rent-free in your head.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think my prediction and what I was feeling out from their coaching staff ahead of this game of stretching a pitcher out as long as he can go. Well, I thought Archer Blumenshine was gonna pitch as much as he already has tonight. I thought he would have been pulled by now with 84 pitches. You know, this is inning number 7, but
yeah,
I would think he's got to be getting pretty close to the end now.
Well, he did. That's 14 innings in 4 days.
Yeah, that's a lot of pitching.
That's a lot of throws.
And their coaching staff said that they were gonna keep it short for everybody, but this is hit well into center field. Elias Campbell doesn't miss that very often.
Yeah. Brock Tiarina was about maybe 10 yards from second base when Campbell made that catch. Just making sure. As you can see, well, maybe we can see him. Yeah, he's right there at the bottom of your screen there. Just he's not that far away from second base. And if Campbell had missed that ball, Tiarina would have been standing on third. And this will bring up the shortstop, number 8, Tai Yukamoto. And he swings at the first pitch he sees, going towards the Gulls bullpen, and it goes over their heads.
Yeah, those guys actually had to duck there for a second. They weren't sure. Cam McLeod.
Well, they're looking into the sun.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't even see it.
Maybe.
I'd be wearing a helmet in there, just in case.
Yeah, their ball goes over there a lot.
Or have my glove handy. That's drilled down to first base by Yukamoto. But a good play there by Zach Barneo as he gobbles it up and steps on the bag to get the force play.
It's actually Barneo no longer over at first anymore. That's Colton Perez that moved over to first.
Okay, so then who's in left field?
That's a good question. But I just noticed that.
Good eye. Well, whoever that. Okay, that's
26.
Okay.
And so 26 is Nick Hagan,
okay.
The catcher.
Who was the catcher last night? Okay.
We're figuring it out slowly.
Well,
but
eventually we'll figure it out.
So
maybe once the season's over. I'm just speaking for myself again.
But now that's 2 really good plays by Colton Perez.
One in the outfield, one at first base.
Oh,
and Matty Fung gets
knows
all
it
of
too.
this one.
He is hanging on to that bat. He
and
knows
goodbye.
That's gone.
Matty Fung sends this into the weeds outside the right field fence, and Dad
is on his feet.
Is quite happy about that one.
Dad is standing on his feet applauding that one. That was absolutely smashed.
Yep.
He knew right away. As soon as that came off the bat, it was gone. No chance. And that's got to feel good for Matty Fung. Just turns on it, and he holds that pose all day long.
Dad's pretty happy about that one.
Uh-huh, as he should be.
Why not? He came armed with fortune cookies and sourdough bread, and now he goes home with a memory of his son hitting a 2-run homer to give the Gulls a 5-3 lead here in the 7th inning.
That was special.
That goes over the head of Jaden Flores. Kind of similar to the play last night. Junior Garcia tried to duck out of the way of one, and it hit his bat behind his head. And I said, Junior, even when you don't see the ball, you're hitting it at somebody. He goes, I know. He says, I couldn't believe it. He said, oh, the guy throws it at my head, and I get a strike out of it. Yeah, well.
Sometimes that's how it goes. Wow, that was a bomb. That sprung some life in this crowd.
And I have to say hello to the Garcia family in Boise, Idaho. Junior says they follow the game on FloCollege here and listen to us. And thank you very much.
Thank you for not muting us. Yeah, appreciate it.
Well, maybe we don't know if they do that.
Well, you said listening, so I'm assuming.
Well, okay. I guess maybe I'm giving us some credit here. I don't know. I'm babbling.
I'm just going off what you're saying.
Yeah, well, you know how much trouble that can get you into.
Yeah. If that's the truth and they are listening, well, thank you for listening.
Yes. Maybe it's on closed caption.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just reading it.
Just reading it.
If they can read my mumbling every now and then, my fast talking.
Junior was looking at my book and he said, I'm not much of a reader, but I'll read this. And I like that. I've had a few people say that.
I'm one of them.
There you go.
Yeah. It might be actually the first one I've ever bought. Yeah, it might be. I used to rent them, obviously, or not rent them, borrow them, or whatever you call them. Take them out from the library.
From the library, yeah.
Yeah, but to actually buy a book, this actually might be the first one I've ever bought.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I feel honored.
You should. I'm excited to read it, too. I really am. I can't wait. I will definitely be making sure I get into it, and I just love the whole sports story. And you got me at sports, so it's going to be an easy read for sure.
Well, there's not a lot of sport.
Well, but it's like,
But it involves sports.
It involves sports.
Yes,
and that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time travel's cool too. I kind of like that.
Yeah,
kind of
I've
stuff.
always been
I like
interested
that
in that.
storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is out into center field. Elias Campbell will make another great catch out there, or an easy catch, I should say, as he does make it look kind of easy. But the Gulls, with a 2-run homer from Matty Fung, have a 5-3 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Josh Dolich facing Drew Abercrombie here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Gulls with a 5-3 lead, courtesy of a 2-run shot over the right field fence by left fielder Matty Fung. That's his 3rd RBI of the night for Matty Fung.
Yeah, 3 tonight. Wow, he's having a game.
So Dolich into the 7th here, taking over from Kai Rempel. And that just sails over top of the glove of Trip Ray. So it'll be Drew Abercrombie, the number 3 hitter for the Energy City Cactus Rats, followed by Timo Aracena and Ryoichiro Uno. Full count now on the Cactus Rats second baseman, Abercrombie.
Timo Aracena on deck.
Fouled out of play. Abercrombie's been on base a couple of times. A walk, a single, and then he struck out in the 4th. Oh, and that's another hit batsman by Josh Dolich. That's 2.
Yeah, that's not good. Right on the outside of the knee, too, and Abercrombie not happy throwing that bat away, so.
Yeah, Dolich not too happy either.
Oh, no, of course. He's not ever trying to hit guys, that's for sure, as he wants to pitch a good game. And this will bring up Timo Aracena. So we were mentioning earlier on today that his dad, Sandy Aracena, played professional baseball in the minors. He played for the, I'm going to absolutely butcher this name, and I apologize, the Visalia Rawhide minor ball team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounded good to me.
Single A affiliate team for the Angels, and that ball goes past first base with that throw, so that's going to allow Abercrombie all the way around to 3rd with 0 away, and Energy City 90 feet away from bringing this game to within 1 run. That was a whoopsies. That's a error on the pitcher, as it just seems to be that Dolich is not quite himself as of late.
Well, that throw, I mean, the first throw he just about got Abercrombie picked off. And so I guess he figured, well, I'll give it another try, and he maybe threw it a little harder or tried to get it over there a little faster. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just guessing. But that throw was wide, and it got pitching coach Matt Hape up on the top step. Like he was ready to come out and do something.
Well, nobody's warming up in the bullpen.
No, but I think he was maybe.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Trying to get Josh's attention. Say, hey, look, get the batter. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie though. I am surprised nobody's warming up in the bullpen. But again, it could just be due to so much baseball down the stretch that they're trying to save arms for the next few days. So I'm almost wondering if they're trying to maybe stretch Dolich into finishing this game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's 4 or 5 guys in there.
Out. Hunter Jones and
that's going to bring in the run as Aracena grounds up to first, but that will bring in the 4th run of the game for the Cactus Rats. And they've closed the gap to 5-4 now with that error on Josh Dolich and the sacrifice over to first base by Aracena. Ryoichiro Uno, the designated hitter, comes in now. And This is lifted well out into foul territory, and Matty Fung almost made the catch as he had to slide to try and get to that one. Just about made the catch, but it hopped out of his glove, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, I think he overran it.
He thought he had
it. Yeah, just overran it.
So that gives Uno another chance here with the count 1-1 now. And this time he floats it towards third base. And Jaden Flores makes the catch on that one for the second out. And that'll bring up the first. No, this is the young man who's playing left field now. And who might that be again?
Oh, left fielder, that is number 26, Nick Hagan.
Nick Hagan, that's right. I should have remembered that, but I didn't. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
So this is his first at bat.
I got word from Rob Fung. I was texting him. I said, that must have made you pretty proud, and how do you feel about that one? That was a bomb, and he said, I will admit, I'm glad I witnessed that in person.
Yeah.
With Matty Fung's big old 2-run homer over the fence.
Well, this is the difference right now in this game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-4 Gulls lead it. Full count now on Nick Hagan with a 5-4 Gulls lead here in the bottom of the 7th. 7 hits each. The big number that jumps off that board right now, 3 errors by the Sylvan Lake Gulls, but a strikeout there for Josh Dolish brings the inning to a close, but the Cactus Rats have closed to within 1. We're headed to the 8th.
Well, Matty Fung has had himself a night, as that is RBI number 1. Sacrifice ground out, and then this one, the long ball all the way deep to right field, an absolute bomb, and his teammates knew it, and his dad in attendance tonight also enjoying it as well, taking it all in live all the way from Foster City, California. There it is. Rob Fung, an absolute beauty, if I can say so myself, brings everybody at Gulls Field treats. You can even see it under his seat. That green bag, that's usually filled with treats for everybody that he brings back from California. And we got our own treat here in the broadcast booth, as he never fails, ladies and gentlemen, to bring us some fortune cookies that aren't quite in the shape yet. They're still
those are kind of the I don't want to say rejects, but they're the ones that maybe they weren't just perfect, and so they sit they're not folded yet. So That's what he told me.
Yeah.
At least that's what I remember.
They're really good.
They are good. They still taste the same.
Yeah, they taste delicious.
They just don't tell you what your future's going to hold. So, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
There's that.
They don't give you the fortune.
Or the lucky numbers. 0-1 the count here on. That is number 45. That is Anthony Gilbert. As he leads things off here in the 8th inning. 0-2 now. A new pitcher there on the mound, by the way, Taven Anderson. And I thought I heard them say from Canmore. As
Cam Rose.
Oh, Cam Rose, okay. Canmore, Cam Rose, tomato, potato. Yeah,
And yeah, this is the Cam Rose kid here, the Taven Anderson, that's filling in for the starter Archer Blumenshine, who did a great job. And Taven is an affiliate.
Okay, so he's getting some experience.
Getting some experience, yeah.
And Trip Ray at the plate with one down in the 8th inning. 5-4 Gulls lead it. And it looks like Jacob Rochelle is getting ready out in the bullpen. So he might be coming in for the 8th inning because he's starting to throw hard. Sunshine or Thor. And you can understand why. Right. Rowan O'Connor is throwing over on the other side. I'm not sure what he's doing, but maybe just strengthening his arm or keeping his arm loose. Coach, I'm ready if you need to put me in. Hey, you're an infielder. You're not pitching tonight. 2-1 the count on the Gulls catcher. He's walked, struck out, and got on a fielder's choice. And the count even now with Cleary Simpson on deck.
Well, and I was talking to Jacob too, just a couple days ago, and there's a big swing and a miss on Trip Ray. That's twice that he's went far ways out, reaching for it, and out swinging. And that's a great pitch by the kid from Camrose, Alberta. Taven Anderson. Good pitch. Good pitch, kid. I was talking to Jacob just a couple days ago, and I asked him in the hallway, I said, hey, sunshine. and then I stopped myself and I said, first, do you like sunshine? Has the word gotten around to you that we're calling you sunshine on the broadcast? I mean, obviously, he hears it from the PA announcer. Joe Whitbread's kind of hopped on board and calls him sunshine. But I asked, do you like it? Because that's kind of the main thing. We're not going to call you a name if you're not liking it. And he said, well, my mom loves it.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, but do you like it? And he said, yeah, no, it's all good. He's like, I run with it. And he said that or Thor. I think he's a fan of it all. So he's a good kid, and just one of those guys that just goes with anything.
Well, we were calling him Thor, and then of course the ever-present and always on the ball Hunter Jones said, wait a minute. No, that's Sunshine from Remember the Titans. I said, okay. So both of them fit. This ball just falls in front of the right fielder, Umezawa. He almost made the catch, but Cleary Simpson's got himself a base hit. Keep this inning going for the Gulls, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Brooks Bachman, who came in for Bryce Turner in the 5th inning. And I think this is his first at-bat. And that's right off the right leg, I believe. And so Bachman gets on board the hard way. Boonk.
Yeah, the batters late in this game are all taking turns being beamed by the pitchers on the mound, and Gulls did it a couple times to Energy City, and now that's the first on the Sylvan Lake Gulls.
Now, I'm not trying to say that something might happen, but earlier this week,
yeah, you got a story.
Swift Current and the Saskatoon Berries had a little bit of somebody on one team got hit, and the very next half of the inning, the guy on the other team got hit, and there was some Words exchanged, not very pleasant words, and the benches were kind of looking at each other. Nobody threw any punches that we are aware of. But then, once the game was finished, something happened away from the cameras, and there was suspensions handed out, including one to the coach of the Swift Current 57s, who got a 10-game suspension. He's done for the season.
Yeah.
And there was players that got suspended for a couple of games, and another couple of coaches got 2 games. And so I don't know exactly what happened. I don't have any information in that regard, but it all was because guys got beaned. And guys don't like getting hit.
No.
And pitchers don't like not being able to throw inside.
Well,
so
I'll tell you
something's going to happen.
If we had Green Onion Media's cameras set up like we do here at Gulls Field, I bet you we would have caught exactly what went on down in Swift Current against Saskatoon, the top team in the league right now. And they are inching themselves closer and closer to record-breaking numbers this regular season in just the second season that they have been in this league as a franchise.
I think they're going to set the record.
Too, yeah.
They have just been.
They'd have to go on an absolute slump to not.
They've just been absolutely the best team in the WCBL this year, from start to finish. And they're not done yet, as we mentioned.
Yeah, just 2 wins away from tying the Gulls record that was broken last year. And then next thing you know, 2 years straight in a row, the regular season win tally is being set.
Records are made to be broken, somebody said, especially if they're disco records.
Wayne Gretzky.
If they're disco records, you could break them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. Well, he's still got a few other ones that aren't going to get touched.
But he's one of the guys that kind of said that saying with records are meant to be broken.
Wow.
Kind of. He was one of the guys.
He said it.
He said it.
He didn't originate.
He wasn't the original.
Yes.
No. You would know the original.
No, I wouldn't.
No?
No.
You don't know the original guy?
No.
Oh, I thought you would have.
It was somebody a lot older than Wayne Gretzky. In fact, I think it might have been. No, I was going to say I think it might have been when Roger Maris hit 61, but I'm not sure. As Timo Harasina showing a lot of range there for a big man. He just tracks that ball down in deep foul territory, and that's the end of the inning for the Gulls as Tiarino flies out. No runs on 1 hit, 2 men left on. Bottom of the 8th coming up with the Cactus Rats. Well, there he is. Thor, Sunshine, or just Jacob Rochelle. Either way, that the long flowing locks. Wow, that is quite a head of lettuce. I like it. I'm jealous, but that brings up Colton Perez as Jacob Rochelle now comes here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And he might be tasked with holding this 5-4 lead. So he's 6 outs away. And he starts Colton Perez with a strike. So now, this is off the top of my head, and sometimes things click in here late. But I believe, and I could be wrong, Mark Spitz was the one who said records are meant to be broken.
Well, I Googled it. Of course, I had to.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying Terry Vaughn.
Terry Vaughn?
The phrase to Terry Vaughn.
Although
other sources note it's broader around the turn of the 20th century.
Okay. Well.
So they said, while no single individual is definitely credited with coining the exact phrase, records are made to be broken, its origin is generally attributed to the early 20th century and the idea that records are meant to be surpassed.
Okay, so somebody way before Mark Spitz. So I'm way off the mark because Spitz was a swimmer, and I think it was in the late 70s. Set a lot of records at the Olympics.
Okay.
So there we go.
Anyway,
well, thank you for looking that up.
Yeah, of course.
And a strikeout there by Jacob Rochelle to sit down Colton Perez for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, with the Gulls hanging on to a 5-4 lead.
Yeah, and this is going to be so crucial for the Gulls defensively to just be tight and not making any kind of hiccups or mistakes from here on out if they want to have a chance at holding on to this win. They still got, like you said, now 5 outs remaining, and they got a chance to go to the bats one more time as well, just to kind of maybe cushion their lead, but Energy City's not going to go away easily.
No.
And it's going to be right down to the wires. Elias Campbell does what he does best, and he hits this hard to deep right center field. That's going off the wall. Lewis will field it, and he's got a throw right to Yukimoto, but Elias Campbell easily over at second with a nice stand-up double.
Yeah, that was well hit and right in the right spot. And Trip Ray will have a little visit with Jacob Rochelle on the mound. And that was a very quick visit. As Reese Ruderman steps in, he's been on base 3 times tonight, scoring a run. He's had a walk and a single. He got on with an error, and that's the difference on the board. The Gulls still with a 5-4 lead, but they have committed 3 errors and has kept the Cactus Rats in this one. And Yukimoto right behind second base and keeps his focus, as that could have easily hit the bag and been a disaster for Yukimoto.
Well, that or it hits Rochelle, and then that, gets both guys on safely, and you still only have 1 out. So I'm not sure if Rochelle tried to dodge that ball or if that was just by accident that it went through the wickets. But good thing that did not hit Rochelle on the mound.
I think he did lift his leg to get out of the way.
Which was a good play by him. Heads up play by the pitcher.
So he's got 2 down now, and the top of the order, Umezawa, steps in. He was hit by a pitch back in the 6th to get on board.
Well, tie and run over 90 feet away. Nothing like a little pressure at the end of this inning, as this is hit well into right field. Got to make sure on it, and they do. Brock Tiarina makes the catch, and the Gulls avoid a threatening Energy City Cactus Rat team to tie this ball game up. The Gulls will have 1-run lead heading to the top of the 9th. They'll come to bat when we come back. Well, Jim, I don't know about you, but I love Costco. And the Summer Send-Off has partnered with Costco. You can now get your Gulls Summer Send-Off tickets, general floor tickets, at Costco. Save 22% off on the general floor tickets. Then again, only available at Costco. Costco in Red Deer, the Red Deer location. Summer Send-Off on Saturday, August 23rd, 2025, featuring Josh Ross and Kelsey Kulik and other artists. Visit them. I was a little rusty. If I'm being honest.
Okay, well, I'm trying to give you some props.
I appreciate it.
You throw it back at me. That's
I'm always my worst critic, but you know, a little radio paying off here there maybe.
Top of the ninth, right here at Gulls Field, without the concert going on right now. And Kyle Lewis will lead things off here against the newest Cactus Rats pitcher, Taven Anderson, who took over from the starter, Archer Blumenshine, and has done a pretty good job.
Sure has.
But he was lit up for a 2-run homer by Matty Fung, I believe. Or was that Blumenshine? No, I think it was him.
I want to say that was Blumenshine. I thought Taven Anderson just came in the 8th inning.
Okay.
But let me just double check our stats here.
Please do.
Yeah, I'll do that for us here.
It's all kind of one big mess here.
Blumenshine pitched 7 innings, so that would have been his last inning was when Matty Fung drilled it to the deep right field.
Okay, Aracena with a strong arm as he gets Kyle Lewis over at first for the first out of the top of the ninth. Good strong throw. Oh, wait, what just a bullet.
Yeah, absolutely. So that would mean Taven Anderson only giving up the 1 hit, 0 runs since coming in.
There you go. The Gulls getting 2 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th on their 8 hits. And the Cactus Rats 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 1 in the 7th. So we are here in the 9th inning with a 1-run lead between these two teams. And Tai Yukamoto will lead things off, or will continue here to bat as Kyle Lewis led things off. A 1-1 count on the shortstop. And Anderson with a nice pitch there to just about get the strike. Just misses on the outside. 2-1 now.
Yukamoto had that perfect bunt back in the 3rd inning. That's some of the best stuff we've seen today from him on the bat.
And the foul ball. And Matty Fung picks it up and hands it to a young fan in the front row. Good job there, Matty. Always doing the PR stuff.
It's not that same kid that's already got 4 balls by chance, is it?
No. No, it's a young guy sitting on Dad's lap.
Okay, awesome. Made his night.
It did. He's playing with it already. And Yukamoto is playing with that one too as he sends it out into center field for a base hit. And the Gulls have a base runner now, looking to get a little insurance here and extend that 1-run lead to maybe 2.
Well, walking into the batter's box right now is the long bomb hitter from the 7th inning that had that 2-run shot that's currently given the Gulls this lead. That stands to just be a 1-run lead now as Matty Fung had that 2-run homer. It was an absolute bomb down the right field line that stayed fair. Just.
I loved how he carried the bat most of the way down the first base line.
Posed with it, right? Just posed with that bat.
Yeah, I got this.
Point into the sky and everything. It's great.
Matty Fung up now. Jaden Flores on deck. That's on the outside corner for a strike.
You know, that pose is just as good as a bat flip in my eyes. I like that pose. That was good.
Matty taking another rip at that one.
You think he wants another?
Yeah. That's a possibility. But now he's going to be a little more defensive, I think. At the 1-2 count. And he fouls that off. You know, every so often you get pictures on your phone, and it's a memories kind of thing. I had one from the Sylvan Lake Gulls golf tournament.
Okay.
The very first one.
I remember that one well.
There's a picture of a bunch of the Gulls players sitting on the first tee over at Sylvan Lake Golf and Country Club, and one of them is Matty Fung, and he had a lot longer hair than he does right now as he pops this up to Aracena. But it took me a second to figure out, who is that? Oh, no, that's Matty. And he had long, well, not long hair, but down to the collar kind of thing.
So during that play, Matty Fung was apologizing to the catcher because he threw the bat after popping that straight up and frustrated. Just let go of the bat, and the bat ended up coming all the way back and hitting Reese Ritterman.
Yeah.
So Matty instantly turned around. Oh, sorry.
Of course he did.
Didn't mean to. Yeah. Accident.
That's the kind of player he is.
That is, yeah.
This is Jaden Flores with a man on first, and the Gulls with a 1-run lead, trying to extend that lead. And Jaden Flores has got the bat to do it, although he is, he's got a couple of hits tonight already, so.
Oh, and they almost got Yukamoto over at first. Yukamoto was a little late getting back to the bag, but the tag was behind. Yeah, Flores has a 2 RBI single and a double.
That misses outside. Count 1-1 now. Anthony Gilbert is the batter on deck. The Gulls last night, 7 stolen bases. Tonight, I see 1 by Jaden Flores. They have been caught a couple of times.
Yep. Yeah, Energy City was definitely a little more cognizant this time with watching the Gulls and their base running and their aggressive base running after seeing what they did last night. And they caught them a few times. And that's kind of slowed Sylvan Lake down tonight on that. Now they're keeping them in check even more so at first base with Yukamoto.
Yeah, I think last night's 7 stolen bases might have had the pitching coach saying, look, you guys got to keep an eye on the guy over at first.
Yep, an eye-opener for sure.
You can't let him get that big lead. There goes Tai Yukamoto. And he's going to steal second base and get himself into scoring position for Jaden Flores. So a good steal there. Flores, though, a called strike and count 1-2. But Yukamoto now in scoring position, so a base hit might bring him home.
And you know what, and to good credit that the Energy City Cactus Rats have been catching the Gulls on the stolen bases is in part to Reese Rutterman behind the plate. He has been throwing some real good throws from behind the plate tonight. He can throw hard and he gets it there quick. And this is hit well into left field, but this might go right into the glove, and it will, of the left fielder, number 26. Nick Hagan. So, just like that, the Sylvan Lake Gulls have 1-run lead to hold on to, and they are 3 outs away from securing yet another win over Energy City.
Now batting for the Cactus Rats in the bottom of the ninth, the shortstop, number 6.
You're on.
No,
Beautiful.
I wasn't.
Now you are.
All of a sudden, I'm like, and I'm not hearing anything.
That was a beautiful view of the field, though.
Yeah,
I think was what
lovely.
my partner was trying to say.
That's exactly what I was going to say. A lovely evening here in central Alberta. Again, 2 in a row, as you mentioned. And Jacob Rochelle is going to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Energy City Cactus Rats to try and close this game out for a win for Sylvan Lake. And he's got the count 1-1 on Tien Shindo.
Oh, and hit the bat. No. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
that's
going to say, I was like,
Levi
he's not
Wagner
saying
said
that's a walk, is he?
No, he's saying no, that hit the bat.
So that's 1 and 2. Oh, on the scoreboard they put it as a ball. That can't be right, right?
No, that can't be right. So it's got to be 1 and 2. They're going to
there
change
we go.
it.
Now they got to figure it out. Yeah.
There we go.
Now we're getting her.
All good now. And a called third strike there as Sunshine makes it happen with a nice off-speed pitch there. Look at this thing. It bends pretty good. Whoop.
That's just mean.
And a good job by Trip Ray. As we are now on with Drew Abercrombie, who's been a thorn in the side of the Gulls tonight.
It's that coffee, man. I was telling you.
Yeah, we got to keep him off the coffee. No coffee allowed for Mr. Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Jacob Rochelle is ahead 0-1. And now he's got the count in his favor, 0-2. You know, I've kind of noticed with Jacob Rochelle, his expression very rarely, if ever, changes. No matter what the situation, he just has the same look on his face. Mm-hmm. He doesn't look in a hurry to do anything. It's just kind of like, it's that California laid-back feeling.
Yeah.
From San Marcos, California.
No stress on this guy.
And he misses with that one outside. They count 1 and 2 now on Abercrombie. And he comes inside now and evens the count. There is some warming up in the bullpen. Not sure if anybody's coming in, though.
Tyler Hryn, maybe?
Tyler Hryn is warming up. And maybe, because we've got a left-hander Timo Aracena coming up, he might be thinking Tyler Hryn coming in to pitch, but Jacob Rochelle wants to get this guy right now. And he bounces that in front of the plate. And the count now full.
Well, it's only 21 pitches for Rochelle so far on the evening, so he hasn't had to be too busy yet.
And a walk to Drew Abercrombie here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and that brings the go-ahead run to the plate in the form of Timo Aracena.
Now batting, third baseman, number 10, Timo Aracena.
And pitching coach Matt Hape is out on the top step there, and he's giving some instructions to Jacob Rochelle. And he's kind of squared the bunt, and I don't know that, well, I guess maybe they're trying to play for the tie here and see what happens, but.
Well, and then also a bunt takes out a double play. As long as it's done right, obviously. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
called strike there
That
on
might
the
have been a
outside
little
corner.
favorable. That might have been a little favorable.
Yeah, maybe it was, yeah. Ryochiro Uno is the batter on deck. And that gets in the dirt and away from Trip Ray. And again, a mistake puts a runner in scoring position for the Energy City Cactus Rats.
Yep, you can't do that. That's now you're going to see Energy City maybe do something here. And especially when it just takes out that double play, that was crucial. That could have been huge for the Gulls.
So 1-2 count on Aracena. He grounds this down to first, foul.
Oh.
Keep the bat alive. Now, last time Jacob Rochelle was in the pitch in a tight situation, he kind of did the same thing, and I asked him about that, and I said, good job pitching out of the trouble. He said, yeah, no, I had to make it a little exciting, didn't I? Well, no, you didn't have to, but you did. And that misses outside, evens the count at 2-2. I mean, it won't be the worst thing in the world if he walks Aracena.
No, it's true.
Because then the double play does come back into play, but you put the go-ahead run on base. That could be troublesome.
That's a good, really good at bat for Timo Aracena. He's grounded out all 4 times tonight. Once to second, and then 2 to the pitcher, and 1 to first. It's always a close game when Energy City is in town. And he's just not getting any bites from Aracena to swing on those ones. So Matt Hape looking a little anxious over at the dugout on one knee right now. Hoping that his pitcher can get this out.
And he does. He comes in with the fastball with a little bit of movement on it, and it's enough to fool Timo Aracena. Look at that thing drop. And that's 2 down. And I think the Cactus Rats are going to have a pinch hitter here. Yep, Marco Frangul is going to come in to hit for Ryoichiro Uno.
Now batting for the Cactus Rats, number 29, Marcos Frangul.
So he's come in to bat here with 2 down and a runner over at second. And Matt Hape is going to have a little discussion.
Well, I noticed he sent somebody over to the bullpen in a hurry to chat with the bullpen. And that might have been a heads up saying, okay, stay loose, but we're going to let Rochelle try to fight this one out. One more runner gets on base, then probably new pitcher coming in.
And you can look at the facial expression of Rochelle. It hasn't changed one bit during the whole conversation. He's like,
It's very,
I'm listening.
Very game face, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing but business when it comes to Jacob Rochelle.
And it's on his right arm. This game right now here in the bottom of the 9th inning with a 5-4 lead. That's about as much emotion as I've seen him show, where he took a deep breath and went, okay. This isn't the first time.
Yep. Well, let's bring up pinch hitter number 29, Marcos Frangul.
First pitch well outside.
So Energy City throwing a little change in the lineup here. Righty versus righty.
And that's, again, that's something that the Gulls just haven't been able to stop tonight. That's 1, 2, 3, at least 3 that I've seen go to the screen and allow an extra 90 feet. 2-0 the count on Franjul. Again, not the worst thing if you walk this young man.
Nice potential. 3-0 now.
You give him the green light to swing?
I don't think I would.
He doesn't have to. Michelle makes up his mind for him by giving him a free pass over to first, which allows the infield. Oh, I think that's going to be it for Jacob Rochelle. As Matt Hape is going to the bullpen, and I believe Tyler Rinn is going to come in and try and wrap things up as he'll face a left-hander, Nick Hagan. I think that's what Matt Hape was waiting for, was the lefty on lefty for Tyler Rinn. And that's what will happen. So we'll take a break. Jacob Rochelle heads back to the bench and did most of his job. And now it's up to Tyler Rinn. Number 41, Tyler Rinn, Denver, Colorado is his hometown. And he'll be Parker Husu will step in for Nick Hagan. So this will be his first at bat. And it comes in the pressure situation of bottom of the ninth, trailing 5-4 with runners on first and third. And 2 out. And a throw over to first. I get a little nervous when the guys are throwing over to first tonight for some reason. We've seen a couple.
Well, they're a little iffy. And, I mean, especially when you got a runner over to third, you got to be cautious of that. That's the tying run right now. And how is that missing? That must just be missing up high. And, you know, and Tyler Rinn, you know, just like Josh Dolich, he's trying to get some revenge from that 9-1 loss against Energy City back on July 24th, as he was one of the pitchers that night on the tough end of the stick.
He comes back with the fastball. Count now 2-1. Colton Perez is the batter on deck. And again, a situation where Rinn can be kind of careful with Parker Husu. But he's got him count now 2-2. So a strike away from closing this game out for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, who have come from behind to get a 5-4 lead. But they need one more strike. And the Gulls fans that are here are doing the slow clap and trying to pump up the tires of the man from Colorado. And he gets him to pop this up into foul territory. And Brooks Bachman's got the room, and he's got the ball, and the Gulls have got the win.
What an exciting finish for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. I mean, it's nothing like making it an exciting one on this Wednesday night, and Energy City does it again. They make the crowd nervous, and they almost pull it off, but the Sylvan Lake Gulls hold on tight, and just by the skin of their teeth. 5-4, the Gulls will hold on to this one, and just another wild win, another wild finish, and Tyler Wren does the job.
Well, you know, again, Energy City, full marks, as you mentioned. The Gulls, the 3 errors, that's the number that jumps off the board for me, and if not for those 3 errors, this game isn't as close, in my humble opinion, but another good 7 innings of work by Archer Blumenshine for the Energy City Cactus Rats. Good work there by the Gulls pitching staff as well, as Kai Rimple and Tyler Wren, Jacob Rochelle, Josh Golich, all did something to keep this within reach.
Yeah, and honorable mentions to Taven Anderson as well, who came in for the Cactus Rats. But we're going to have things down to Joe Whitbread with our player of the game.
Fun! So great to chat with you in this spot after that game. They came on strong real late. That is a very good team. Congratulations on what turned out to be a very good game for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about, you've got family in attendance. Do you play better when Dad's here?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, my dad just flew in from San Francisco this morning, and I'm glad he was able to see my home run today.
Yeah, absolutely, and that must have felt great. You've been hitting the ball so well, getting it on the barrel, but they've just been flying not deep enough. How does it feel to finally get one over that fence this season?
It feels good. Yeah, I definitely needed that.
Absolutely, we agree. This turns over very quickly. Lethbridge and Okotoks, 2 teams that the Gulls are chasing, are opponents of your team all weekend long. What does this team have to do to keep the pennant race alive to get to the top?
Yeah, we just got to keep going. Maybe play a little better defense, clean some stuff up, but I think we're in a great position to go far in this playoff race.
I think so too. One final thing, I know you love your billet family. You've been with this family for a very long time, the Sinclairs. Tomorrow is billet appreciation. Lots of billets in attendance every night, but it's a very special night for Gulls players.
Yeah, I'm thankful for them. I've lived with them for the past 3 years, and this is my 4th year living with them, and they take care of me, and I just really appreciate them and can't thank them enough.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, for EG Auctions, your player of the game is Maddie Fung. Thank you. Great job. All right, it is time. The kids are ready down the third.
The EG Auctions player of the game, Maddie Fung, in front of his dad, Rob Fung, here tonight. And like he said, there's Rob in the crowd taking it all in. As he said, you know, that was huge for Maddie Fung to get that big bomb over the right field wall. He said it was something that he needed.
Well, you know what? And we've said this about Maddie. He hangs in there. He hangs in there. And if he's not performing, he doesn't mind sitting down. But when he's right, he's right. And he was right tonight.
He's a competitor, and so are the Sylvan Lake Gulls, as the Sylvan Lake Gulls do it again against Energy City. The Cactus Rats, just a team that just keep coming at you no matter what you do, and it was just a really hard-fought battle, and it was just a gritty one that they really had to pull out this one.
They're annoying, aren't they?
Rats, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought we were rat-free in Alberta, but I guess we're not. But, I mean, it's not technically a rat.
It's
porcupine.
Technically a porcupine.
Yeah,
exactly. But Sylvan Lake Gulls will get ready for a different team for the next 2 straight nights as the Lethbridge Bulls make their way into town before facing Energy City one last time of this regular season, which will be on Saturday night here at Gulls Field, as we see a lot of respect from this Energy City Cactus Rats team. Some big feet as well, and some base hits that were timely for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. But again, Energy City played defensively solid. I mean, some great throwdowns out at second, some double plays, some strikeouts from the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Even Jordan Blundell got a little heated at times, getting kicked out of this one. A great catch there by Nick Hagan out in left field. It was a night to remember for Maddie Fung and Rob and everybody at the broadcast crew For Jim Claggett, I'm Cale Clark, and the whole broadcast crew at greenonionmedia.ca. A Gulls win. They'll be back tomorrow against Lethbridge with another bird's eye view on this one. Good night.